Hey guys, it's Tuesday again, and it's time to check out the vendors. We're going to start in the Scholarium.
You'd be amazed.
Alright, first up we have Bound Affix Script Expedition. Adds Expedition, a buff increasing movement speed. Bound Focus Script Bleed Damage, adds bleed damage. And Bound Signature Script Immobilizing Strike, adds an immobilization effect. Let's head over to the Telvar Merchant. We've made our way to the sewers. Let's see what she has.
It's not likely.
First up, we have Balfoyan treasure maps. Definitely not worth 6,000 Telvar. You can get them probably for a couple hundred gold from traders. However, as we know, Balfoyan is a starter zone, so the only gear that would drop would be Armor of the Trainee. But Balfoyan does give us a chance for leads for the ancestral Nord belts or staves motifs. Our scripts, we have Bound Affix Script Cowardice, adds Cowardice, a debuff reducing weapon and spell damage. Bound Affix Script Intellect and Endurance, adds Intellect and Endurance, buffs increasing Magicka and Stamina recovery. Bound Focus Script Knockback, adds a knockback. And Bound Signature Script Growing Impact, adds enhanced buff and debuff application. Next, we have Fragment of the Badman. This is one of 5 pieces of the skill style Roar Verdant Green. This one drops out of Badman's Hallows, the public dungeon in Glenumbra, off of the boss Skitterflame. Remember, these fragments are a guaranteed drop, so my personal preference is just to go snag this one. All right, our leads, we have Biome-Proof Plating. This is part of Esoteric Environment Greaves and drops off the boss in the Vardenfell Delve Nichuleft. I don't think this one's too terribly difficult, but it's here if you need it. Next up, Thirsting Girdle. This is a piece of Bloodlord's Embrace Mythic, and this one drops from Crypt of Hearts 1 off of the final twins. So a little bit more difficult to get. Crypt of Hearts is a fairly easy dungeon, one of the easier ones. Granted, it's not a guaranteed drop. You're probably going to have to run it a few times, but if you're somebody who runs dungeons, this isn't my favorite. All right, we have Necklace and Ring of Imperial Wrath and Necklace and Ring of the Harbinger. Let's head over to Infinite Archive. All right, time to see what Filer Ul has for us.
A mortal.
Okay, first up, we have A Servant's Tale, this little folio. This is a furnishing that you can get if you run Infinite Archive and have found the eidetic memory from Ald Isra in Telvanni Peninsula, although it is here for 1,000 archival fortunes if you need it for your collection. Next up, we have Craglorn treasure maps. Craglorn brings us Way of Air, Way of Fire, and Way of Martial Knowledge gear. It's available for 2,000 archival fortunes. It's going to be a lot cheaper just to get it off of traders, in my opinion. Our plans this week, we have Blueprint Leyawind Trunk Floral Gilded. This is running 30 to 43k on PCNA right now with 8 listings. 2,000 archival fortunes is not a bad deal for that. Same thing here. Redguard Table Grand Inlaid is our base game plan this week, running 40,000 to 200,000 with only 4 listings. I would definitely grab this one. It looks like it's a little bit rarer. It's going to be a little bit harder to get if you don't have it yet. So snag it here while you can. Solitude Strongbox Iron Hunt Relief. There are only 2 listings on PCNA running 47k to 65k. So all 3 of these I think are really good deals if you still need them in your collection. Remember, if you buy them this way, they are bound though. You can't buy them for 2,000 archival fortunes and then try to sell them. This is just how much it will save you versus buying from the market. All right, our scripts, we have Bound Affix Script Defile, adds Defile, a debuff reducing healing received. Bound Focus Script Frost Damage, adds Frost Damage. Bound Signature Script Anchorite's Potency, adds a Consume Soul Gem to grant ultimate effect. Our style page this week is a mask. Yay, this one is Valken Scoria, comes from City of Ash 2. If you recall, when the style page is dropping, which is usually just a few day window, you have a better chance of it dropping if you have the hard mode achievement. Valken Scoria, City of Ash 2, is pretty easy these days with power creep, but it's long. It is long. So you may not have the hard mode achievement yet if you were newer to the game. It is a very nice looking mask. And the masks in general, the drop rate when the style pages do drop, it's still atrocious. Even if you have the hard mode achievement, you can still run this thing 15, 20 times and not get it. So I think 15,000 archival fortunes is a steal for the masks, regardless of which one it is. Next up, we have companion equipment weapons. I don't love these. You are at the mercy of RNG as to what trait you get. They are bound. You can't sell off the things you don't want. And 5,000 archival fortunes, considering those things, I think is too steep. But if you're looking for some weapons and you have archival fortunes to blow, it's here if you want it. All right, Disgusting Spoils. Consume 25 Disgusting Spoils to unlock the Scheming Skeever's achievement and the Malographic Skeever pet. Remember that these fragments are guaranteed when you run the dailies. So if you're running the dailies, you will get these in order, starting with the mount, moving into the pet. At 3,000 archival fortunes apiece, if you were to buy them all this way, that would get really expensive really fast. So what, 75,000 archival fortunes? If you're going to amass that many anyway, just run your dailies. It's a guaranteed drop. So one arc gets you your daily, grab the fragment, move on. All right, in Dreams We Awaken, I love the books that are open. It just adds so much to a build if you're into housing. In Dreams We Awaken, drops from Scrivener's Hall from the chest that you open with your keys, and the eidetic memory is Norfolk Ruins, Stormhaven. I think these are worth it just to avoid grinding for them, especially if you have to run Scrivener's Hall, you have to get keys, and then you're at the mercy of whatever drops in the chests. I think this one's worth it. Okay, our leads, we have Ornate Gem Holder. This is another piece of the Apocryphal Jewelry Station, which I think we saw last week. This drops from Infinite Archive. If you're not seeing them, make sure that you are killing the GW Pilferer and the side bosses. That is where I've had the most luck with leads dropping in Infinite Archive. Our next lead is Sloped Dwarven Stalks. This is one of 7 pieces of the Dwarven Scarab pet, and I have things to say about this. If you go to Tharzel in Blackreach Arcthan Cavern and you kill the Architrons, they normally don't drop anything. So you run around for hours killing them with no rewards as a consolation prize, hoping that one of the leads will drop. Now, if you haven't started your Dwarven Scarab pet, this probably isn't worth it. But anybody who's been farming these knows that once you get down to the last couple of fragments, it takes ages and ages and ages and ages for the next lead to drop. So if you are almost done with your Dwarven Scarab pet, I 100% recommend grabbing this one this way. Personal opinion. Next up, we have Psijic Glowglobe Wisp Animus. This is one of 7 pieces of the Psijic Glowglobe emote. These pieces drop out of Sunhold in Somerset, the public dungeon. It's not too terribly difficult to get these, but again, if this is like your last piece, it might not be bad to grab it here. Let me show you what the emote looks like. Again, these aren't too difficult to get, but if it's your last one, it's here for 3,000 archival fortunes. And our final item, Slayer's Onsei deck fragment. This is one of 5 pieces of the Onsei deck for Tales of Tribute. This one is found occasionally after defeating world bosses on High Isle and Aminos. I don't know how many people are still running world bosses in High Isle. If you don't have it yet, maybe grab it. But I think most of us probably already have it. It doesn't seem to take very long for it to drop. All right. Let's run a couple arcs of Infinite Archive and see what new gear is dropping. So remember, every Tuesday, not only do we get new stuff from the merchant, but new gear drops in Infinite Archive as well. We just ran a couple arcs of Infinite Archive, and it looks like this week we have gear dropping from Shadowfen. That includes Hatchling Shell, Robes of the Hist, and Swamp Raider, as well as from Gold Coast, which includes Flanking Strategist, Hide of Morahouse, and Sithis' Touch. That's going to do it for this week. We'll see you in the next one.